in a development that has Hollywood buzzing and fans completely stunned. Blake Lively may have just made the most unexpected move of her career, one that is now being labeled as desperate, dramatic, and completely uncharacteristic of the star who once commanded the spotlight with poise and grace. But what truly sent shockwaves across the entertainment world was the timing. Her latest legal action coincided with a devastating revelation from actor and director Justin Baldoni, who released new evidence that many are calling damning, explosive, and a turning point in this entire saga. It's no secret that tensions between certain Hollywood circles and members of the online creator community have been escalating. But Blake's latest strategy, a move that insiders say was meant to silence criticism and protect her brand, may have had the exact opposite effect. Instead of quieting the controversy, it amplified it. And now, with Baldoni stepping in and revealing what he claims is critical truth, Blake is facing more questions than ever before. The carefully curated image she's maintained for over a decade now appears to be unraveling in real time. From red carpet glam to red alert crisis, Blake Lively's current situation is unlike anything we've seen from the actress in recent years. This isn't just another celebrity moment, it's a full-blown media whirlwind, and everyone's watching. Blake Lively's latest legal maneuver was expected to turn the tide in her favor, but instead it's been interpreted by critics and insiders alike as a move made out of fear rather than strength. According to sources close to the situation, the actress filed for a rare type of motion, one that would allow certain key records to be sealed and testimony suppressed. But in an era where transparency is power, this attempt to control the narrative has raised more red flags than reassurance. The motion, which sought to delay proceedings and restrict public access to court transcripts, was met with immediate skepticism. Some called it a calculated PR tactic. Others saw it as a genuine effort to shield her family and personal life from further exposure. But either way, the public response was swift and largely unsympathetic. Social media exploded with speculation. Was this Blake trying to hide something, or was she simply overwhelmed by the weight of mounting pressure from the lawsuits, rumors, and rising backlash? Regardless of the motive, the move painted a portrait of someone no longer in control, but desperately trying to cling to the fragments of a shattered public image. Just when it seemed the situation couldn't get more intense, Justin Baldoni, best known for his starring role in Jane the Virgin and his outspoken advocacy for honesty and compassion, stepped forward. In a post that quickly went viral, Baldoni shared what he described as irrefutable proof that contradicted statements made by Blake's camp in earlier filings. Without revealing names or directly pointing fingers, Baldoni's carefully worded message highlighted inconsistencies, urged accountability, and emphasized the importance of truth over celebrity image management. But make no mistake, his message was powerful. It didn't need to name names. Everyone knew who it was about. In his post, Baldoni included text excerpts, previously unreleased communications, and a timeline of events that raised significant questions about Blake's recent claims. Fans, creators, and even legal experts began poring over the details, many agreeing that what Baldoni had shared changed everything. The entertainment community was divided. While some rallied to Blake's defense, citing privacy rights and media overreach, others saw Baldoni as a rare voice of reason, someone brave enough to speak when staying silent would have been easier. With two massive development unfolding almost simultaneously, the internet erupted. Hashtags linked to Blake and Baldoni trended across platforms. Commentary videos analyzing every line of Baldoni's post gained millions of views overnight. Opinion columns and entertainment blogs shifted tone. Even those who once stood by Blake began asking tough questions. One recurring theme echoed everywhere: disappointment. Many longtime fans expressed how conflicted they felt. They didn't want to believe Blake could be involved in misleading actions. Yet the timing of her motion and the release of Baldoni's evidence created a narrative that was hard to ignore. This wasn't just about celebrity drama anymore. It became about trust, integrity, and the power dynamics between public figures and the media. The incident sparked a broader discussion about the limits of celebrity control, especially in the age of social accountability and digital receipts. As of now, Blake's legal team has not responded to Baldoni's statements, but legal analysts are already predicting that his evidence, if submitted formally, could become a central piece of the ongoing legal narrative. Courts don't typically weigh public opinion, but the atmosphere around this case has made it impossible to separate the courtroom from the court of public sentiment. Insiders say that the legal strategy on Blake's side may have to shift drastically. With mounting pressure, some believe there may be attempts to settle the matter quietly, or even retract certain prior statements to avoid escalation. On the other hand, Baldoni's role in the proceedings has shifted from bystander to Informant his actions have not only changed the public's understanding of the situation, but may also influence how other celebrities choose to navigate controversy moving forward. His transparency has ironically made him appear more grounded and trustworthy qualities that audiences are now demanding from all public figures. At this point, no one knows exactly where this story is headed, but one thing is clear: the image of Blake Lively as a polished, untouchable Hollywood elite has taken a serious hit. Whether that damage is temporary or permanent will depend on how she chooses to respond next. Will she issue a statement? Will she challenge Baldoni's claims, or will she remain silent, hoping the storm passes? All eyes are on her now, and the stakes couldn't be higher. For Justin Baldoni, this may mark a new chapter in his career, not just as an actor or director, but as someone who stood for honesty when it mattered most. His move, though controversial, has won him praise from many corners of the internet. For the fans and the creators who felt silenced or sidelined in this entire ordeal, this moment represents a shift. It's proof that truth can still find a way to the surface even when the odds seem stacked against it. In the end, this saga is about far more than Blake Lively or Justin Baldoni. It's about celebrity power, accountability, and the evolving relationship between the public and those in the spotlight. Fame no longer grants immunity. If anything, it brings a greater responsibility to be honest, respectful, and transparent. Blake's desperate move might have been an attempt to shield herself, but instead it exposed more than she may have intended. And with Baldoni's revelations now circulating widely, the narrative has shifted completely. What happens next may very well redefine reputations and change how future controversies in Hollywood are handled. For now, the public watches and waits as the dust settles around one of the most surprising turns in Blake Lively's public life. One truth remains clear: this situation is far from over. What started as a quiet legal maneuver intended to protect her privacy has now evolved into a public reckoning that few saw coming. Blake's recent actions, described by some insiders as a desperate move to control the growing narrative, have not only backfired but ignited a firestorm of reactions across Hollywood social media and within the creator community. While Blake Lively has built a brand rooted in elegance, control, and a seemingly scandal-free reputation, this episode has exposed just how fragile that image can become under pressure. The very strategy meant to preserve her status has unintentionally cast doubt on her intentions. And when Justin Baldoni stepped in, dropping what many believe is concrete evidence challenging Blake's narrative, the situation shifted entirely. Baldoni's involvement added weight and credibility to a conversation that was already heating up. Without naming names directly, his message spoke volumes. It reminded the world that transparency and truth still hold power in a culture often dominated by spin and illusion. For many, Baldoni's actions weren't just a bold statement, they were a turning point. What's even more telling is the public's reaction. Fans who once admired Blake unconditionally are now asking tough questions. Supporters of Baldoni are applauding his courage, while neutral observers are trying to piece together a narrative that seems to get more complicated by the day. But amidst all the speculation and headlines, a deeper question remains. What does this moment say about the state of fame and influence in our digital age? Gone are the days when celebrities could rely solely on publicists and carefully crafted statements to steer public opinion. In this era, truth has a louder voice and receipts speak louder than reputation. Blake Lively now faces a moment of reckoning, one where silence might be seen as avoidance, and every move going forward will be viewed under a magnifying glass. Whether she chooses to clarify, confront, or retreat, one thing is certain: this incident will leave a lasting mark on how fans and the media perceive her. It may not be the end of her career by any means, but it could signal a major shift in how she approaches her image, her strategy,